There were pitched battles outside Imran Khan's house in Lahore. His supporters have thrown stones at the police. They have firebombed the police using petrol bombs. They have used sticks and stones. There's a lot of bad blood between the current army chief and Imran Khan. The state of Pakistan will become Imran-istan. If Imran Khan is not stopped, democracy will be the biggest casualty apart from the Pakistan army. Yet another attempt to arrest Imran Khan. Now, this was the third attempt to try and arrest him. The previous two attempts had failed. In fact, there was a lot of drama around, the attempted arrests. And this time, the police went in with full force, riot gear. They went in with water cannons and what have you. And there were pitched battles outside Imran Khan's house in Lahore. And at the time of recording this particular podcast, he has still not been arrested. And apparently, Imran Khan's cult, his supporters, have beaten back 2 or 3 attempts by the police, who are aided and reinforced by the army-led Punjab Rangers, and yet they have not been able to arrest the guy. Because of this very fierce resistance. His supporters have thrown stones at the police. They have firebombed the police using petrol bombs. They have used sticks and stones and what have you. And the scenes around Imran Khan's house, which is a very posh, very old and very posh locality called Zaman Park in Lahore, the scenes resemble a kind of a battlefield. The thing is that the way the police has been beaten back and the way Imran Khan's supporters have actually not only resisted inside Lahore and prevented his arrest, but have actually carried out demonstration around Pakistan. These are small, not very huge groups. It's not as though the whole country has come out to protest, but his core supporters have come out to protest. In Peshawar, for example, they've gone outside the house of the Peshawar Corps commander. They have, according to some reports, even, in a sense, gherowed the cantonment in Gujranwala, a couple of other places. It's a pretty serious kind of a situation which has developed. It wouldn't really be very wrong to say that this is the strongest and the biggest dare that the Pakistani state has ever faced from a political leader. There have been politicians in the past who have resisted arrest, shown their street power to make sure that the police and the administration is very afraid in coming out and arresting them, but not in the way Imran Khan has done it. He has also got a lot of relief from the courts in the past, every time cases against him, and from my information, what I have been able to glean from the various cases that have been filed against him, there are something like 35 to 40 cases, more than 3 dozen cases against him. Some criminal, some of corruption, a variety of cases against him, including sedition. But Imran's own people claim that something like 80 cases have been filed against him. Imran and his supporters have for long threatened that if he is touched by the police or by the Pakistan army, with which he has fallen out, which is ironical because it was actually the Pakistan army which brought him into power. They were the ones who paved his route to power, and now they are the ones who cannot countenance him coming back to power. So there's a lot of bad blood between the current army chief, somebody whom he has sacked when he was the ISI chief and Imran was the Prime Minister, simply because the man had informed Imran that his wife and her friends were engaged in a lot of corruption, and Imran could not stand that. So there's a lot of bad blood between the current army chief and Imran Khan. And the army also feels that he has tried to play politics within the army. He has sown divisions within the army, which is again ironical because many of Imran's cronies, including his party men, and if I mistake it not, even Imran Khan himself, have always sworn by the Pakistan army, and they've always said that the only thing which stands between Pakistan becoming a Libya or a Syria is the Pakistan army. And the day the Pakistan army is grievously damaged or suffers from divisions, internal divisions, Pakistan will break up. Now, this is not what I'm saying. This is what Imran, his cronies, and his party members, his allies have always maintained. So it is ironical that Imran is today become the factor for damaging the Pakistan army more than anything else has damaged it in the last 75 years. He has divided the rank and file. He has pit the families against the officers. He has pitched the junior officers against the senior officers. He has pitched the serving officers against the veterans. So for the army, it is a matter of do and die. For the government, it's a matter of do and die, do or die rather. And the scenes resemble what is called a civil war, what can be called a kind of a civil war or leading up to a civil war. Something which Imran and his cult have often threatened, that if he is touched, the whole country will descend into a civil war-like situation. The reason why I say this is almost like a fight to the finish is that if the Pakistani state, which includes the government, which includes the military establishment, fails to arrest Imran Khan, and like I've said, there have been 2 or 3 attempts, they've been beaten back. If they fail to arrest Imran Khan, this government will have no legs to stand on. The army will suffer a grievous kind of a damage, a setback. I think the army chief will lose his primacy in the system, so they can't afford it, and Imran Khan will become uncontrollable, something nobody can really afford. So one is the failure of the government, but if Imran gets arrested, then it could very well be the end of Imran Khan, because he is going to be put in jail and on one pretext or the other. Even if he was to get bail in a couple of cases, they would keep slapping new cases on him and keep putting him in jail. They are going to give him a taste of his own medicine, because if they don't, and if Imran comes out and gets a bail in this particular case in which his arrest warrants had been issued, if he comes out within the 24 hours or 48 hours, he will again become unstoppable. And if he wins power, then the state of Pakistan will become Imran-istan. He will reduce the Pakistan army into his personal tiger force, a bunch of gundas from his PTI, used as his stormtroopers. I think that's what he wants to reduce the Pakistan army to. That is also what the Pakistan army fears he will do to that. Then, of course, there is the judiciary, which is already biased in his favor. He will probably make them completely subservient. He will put all his political rivals in jail, something which I think a prospect he relishes. And he will make Pakistan into a single party state. See the way Imran Khan has challenged the Pakistan army, the mighty Pakistan army, the Pakistan army which has never been defeated in all the wars it has fought inside Pakistan. It has always been defeated in all the wars it has fought outside Pakistan. But inside Pakistan, it's been an all-conquering army. So if a lot of people say that if a civilian like Imran Khan is defeating the Pakistan army, this will bring in civilian supremacy and this will bring in democracy in Pakistan. But my own take is quite counterintuitive to what a lot of people feel. I believe that if Imran Khan is not stopped, Pakistan democracy will be the biggest casualty apart from the Pakistan army. About the Pakistan army, I don't think I have to shed any tears. But on Pakistan democracy also, for whatever it is worth, I think it will suffer grievously, because Imran Khan is a dyed-in-wool fascist. His attitude is that of a Nazi and a fascist, or an Islamo-fascist, if you will, because he always takes recourse to Islam to justify whatever actions he does every time he's troubled. Even last night, he issued a statement dripping with Islamism, Islamic imagery and what have you. So I think if he comes out on top, democracy will be the biggest casualty in Pakistan. Even if, for example, he manages to actually push the government back, and the government is unable to arrest him, and yet he is not able to come to power as a result of elections, and the Pakistan army is forced to take over. And one of the reasons for that is something very serious which seems to be happening, that Imran Khan's supporters have even beaten back the Pakistan Rangers, which basically is, since it's officered by the Pakistan army, everything the Rangers do falls on the head of the Pakistan army. So if in a situation like this, if the army is forced to step in directly and usurp power, carry out a coup and take over power, then again democracy will suffer. Because if the army comes in, then it's not going to come in to set democracy back on the rails. It is not going to come in the defense of democracy. Whoever usurps power will stay in power for the next at least a decade. That's what the history of Pakistan has been. So if Imran wins, democracy is dead. If Imran, in a sense, loses and the Pakistan army wins, democracy is dead. If the government is able to arrest Imran Khan and prosecute him, even then democracy is dead. A lot of this tension which we are seeing since the 14th of March, when the police went in to arrest Imran Khan, has a lot to do with the elections to the two provincial assemblies, premature elections to the two provincial assemblies of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Punjab. The government in the centre does not want those elections, partly because it fears that it will lose those elections, partly because it fears that the state of Pakistan, given its economic problems, cannot afford to have two rounds of elections within months of each other, because the general elections are due sometime in October. And if you have elections in April and May in the two provinces, and then have elections in the same provinces 2 months, 3 months down the line, it just does not work out. So one is the economic cost and one is the political cost. And then, of course, there is the entire security dimension. The Supreme Court of Pakistan has ordered elections, but the Pakistani government is resisting it. The Election Commission of Pakistan claims that none of the organizations or institutions of state, including the Pakistan Army, is ready to help in the elections, in terms of giving support, in terms of giving manpower, in terms of giving security for holding the elections. So one of the conspiracy theories is that this entire drama has been choreographed to ensure that those elections are not held. So regardless of which way you look at it, Imran is arrested, democracy suffers, because elections are then going to be, most likely going to be postponed, if at all they are ever going to be held. If Imran is able to beat back the government and beat back the attempts to arrest him, democracy is dead, because if he is going to come back into power, then there are huge problems going forward. And if everything goes for a toss and the Pakistan army is forced to step in, then of course clearly democracy is going to be dead. So whichever way we look at it, I think it is one of the most serious kind of crises which Pakistan is facing right now, and this crisis is not going to end. And remember, all of this is happening at a time when the economy is in a death spiral, when the politics is totally broken, and we are talking about politics right now, and terrorism is on a rise. So I think the crisis in Pakistan is only deep.